This is my day 5 wash and go. So it's been a little rough maintaining it just because it's been so long since I've done a wash and go, I forgot. But I think my next wash and go will be a little bit better. So yeah. Alright, so let me just check and see. Alright, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and start you guys off with a flash show. Y'all already know how it goes. Y'all already know how we do while we kind of wait and get more people in here. We had a lot of people in here yesterday, actually, which was kind of cool. So I'm going to go ahead and start you guys off with our leave-in butter. And I'm going to give you guys today 20% off. So we are limited on our 20% off leave-in butters today. So if you would like the discount, I would recommend going and getting it. Let me just go ahead and set this up really quickly. All right, perfect. And let me make sure our YouTube girlies are straight. Hi everybody, welcome. If you are on YouTube, any deals, sales, or discounts that we do today are going to be on TikTok. So if you ever hear me say anything about a sale or a discount, go to our TikTok for that. All right, welcome in everybody. Welcome in. Hello. How's everybody doing this evening? I think we're good. Yeah, we're straight. So if you're just joining, let me know, what are your hair growth goals for 2026? Let me know what your hair growth goals are for 2026. All right. Cool. And like I said, our leave-in butter is 20% off. We have not a lot today for 20% off, so the discount is limited. So if you would like to purchase, then I will go ahead and do that, because once the timer goes up, you will have to purchase at full price, and nobody wants to purchase at full price. Like, who wants to do that? Nobody. All right, and those of you that are just curious, this is my hair. I'm on day 5 of my wash and go. This is my natural hair texture. I have waist length hair. I've grown waist length hair twice. I've been on social media for 5 years teaching girlies how to grow their hair. So this is nothing new. If you know me, you know what I'm about. But basically, I give you the real tea about how hair growth works. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't tell you any miracles or secrets. I give you the real tea. I don't gatekeep anything. I tell you everything about how my hair has grown. And then if you don't want to listen to me, we all know you will be bald-headed, okay? But if you listen to me, you can definitely see longer hair in 2026, because everything that I tell you works. I don't tell you anything crazy, but it works, all right? Cool. We had some internet issues yesterday. I think we are good today. So we're just gonna hop right in, and we're gonna talk about some wash day mistakes that stop growth. 100%. If you're making these mistakes, bald-headed is probably what you're struggling with. I cannot tell you how important a good wash day routine is for growth. If you want hair like this, if you want hair that's tea and that's popping, you gotta know how to wash it. Especially if you are a tighter hair girly like me and you have super thick hair, knowing how to wash your hair will save you so much breakage, and that leads to length retention and growth and all those good things. So again, everything that I tell you works. So if you choose not to do that and you want to stay bald-headed, that will not be my fault. You will not blame me for that. And again, our leave-in butter is 20% off. Our leave-in butter goes very quickly. So if you want to grab that at discount and don't want to pay full price, you only have 18 minutes left to go ahead and do that, because we do not have that many available today at 20% off. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I still have my notes here from yesterday. Y'all can see how much I did the board. By the way, our board's name is Benny. So if you ever want to know why I say Benny in the live, it is Benny the board. So let's talk about mistakes that you're doing in your wash day that will stop your hair growth. Like, you'll be left with 2 scoops of hair. You cannot get around these things. If you do these things, it will definitely hurt your hair growth, and then you'll be sad, okay? We don't want to be bald-headed in 2026. So the first thing is cleansing properly. So let's talk about why cleansing is important. If your scalp is not clean, you're gonna be bald-headed, and I don't know why I keep calling y'all bald-headed, but so clean scalp equals growth. So this is non-negotiable. If you want growth, a clean scalp is super important. Why is a clean scalp super important? Again, this is non-negotiable. If you don't have a clean scalp, your hair won't grow. Why? So this is your follicle. So everybody on their head has hair, right? And each hair is attached to a follicle. The follicle's job is to produce hair out of it. So what it typically does is the hair is inside of your body and it comes out right and you're all good to go. What happens when your scalp is not clean is this follicle is blocked by the dirt, by the buildup, by all that stuff. That's why hair oiling is dumb, because all you're doing is causing buildup, which hurts your hair growth. That's why when you are greasing your scalp, sorry, that is not effective. It's very clogging and it's just not tea. All right, so whenever you are using these things and you have a dirty scalp, your follicles get clogged and the hair cannot come out. Like, it struggles to get out, and that slows down your hair growth. So that's why having a clean scalp is important. So that's why I personally, whenever I wash my hair, I use our Refresh shampoo, because it is a clarifying shampoo. So it's going to give you that clean to get all that gunk off your scalp so your hair can grow normally. But it's also a hydrating shampoo, because I will not have my hair dry out just because I want my hair to get clean. But clean scalp will equal growth, simply because it just allows the hair to pass through the follicle and come out of your scalp. So you have to have a clean scalp. Now again, unfortunately, you can only do two things. You can only slow down growth or keep it the same. You cannot speed it up. So don't think that if you have a clean scalp or your scalp massages or using certain things or stimulating stuff, it's going to make your hair grow faster. We talked about this yesterday. It will not. But only thing you can do is keep your scalp clean and keep the scalp environment healthy so that your hair grows normally. Other than that, you will not speed it up. If you want to prove me wrong, go ahead, but you'll be back here in 6 months with your hair still the same length, ready to listen. Okay, so you're not speeding up growth. You're just making sure that your scalp is in a good environment so it grows normally. All right, cool. So you have to cleanse properly. Not just your scalp, but your hair. Also, why? Because if you have dirt and buildup on your hair, what happens when you try to add products to your hair to get hydration? They won't bypass all that gunk to get in your hair, so that's why your hair also stays dry very easily. So clean scalp is important. If you don't have a clean scalp, the growth will not be there. All right, cool. What will help my hair grow the most? Hydration is the only thing that will help your hair grow the most. There's nothing you can put on your scalp. There's nothing that you can put on your hair. There's nothing that you can massage or anything that will make you just magically grow hair. You have to care for your hair by keeping it hydrated, and you have to be consistent, because hair growth takes time. My hair did not get this long by just using some magic oil and that's it, all right? It grew long because my hair stays hydrated. Again, everything that I'm telling y'all is not crazy. It's not a secret. It's not something just weird. My hair is long because I don't do these things in my wash day routine. And I do the right things to take care of my hair, and I use products that are hydrated. All right. Our leave-in butter is currently 20% off, you guys. I have the leave-in butter in my hair right now. I'm on day 5 of my wash and go. So I think it turns out good. The gel that I use, it flakes a lot. I don't like it, but I can keep my wash and go for, a couple more days because the leave-in butter keeps my hair hydrated. So it's a non-negotiable in every single hairstyle that I do. Twist outs, braid outs, braids, mini twists, etc., because it gives you the level of hydration that you desire. And this is our most viral product because it is tea. All right, and it's 20% off. We do not have that many today. So for the 20% off. I see we have a lot of people that have added it to their cart. Hopefully nobody misses the discount, because after that timer goes down and if you didn't purchase, it will go back to full price, and I can't help you out with that. Okay? All right. So when I use the leave-in butter, do I use it before or after blow drying? Whenever you use a blow dryer or anything, use a heat protectant. You will not get heat damage on my account. This is not a heat protectant. Okay, so when I blow dry my hair, with the heat protectant, then I go on top of this with the leave-in butter. All right, and again, any hair growth questions you guys have, please ask them in the chat. We're trying to grow hair in 2026. That's why we're doing Hair Growth 101, but anything else you guys want to ask me, feel free to ask me in the chat. Also, our YouTube girlies, if you have anything, you can ask them in the chat. So let's see. What protective styles do you recommend? Mini twists or mini braids? Either one is fine. They do the same thing as long as they're applied correctly and removed correctly. Whenever people ask me what's the best protective style for growth, I always say whatever you want to do. Braids can jack your hair up. Braids can help your hair retain length. Wigs can jack your hair up. Wigs can help you retain length. It's all about how you apply the style and how you remove the style and how you prep your hair for it and keeping your hair hydrated. All right? Cool. All right. So how to stop hair shedding. So I think a lot of people don't. Let's talk about what is the proper amount of shed hair. So everybody sheds about 50 to 100 hairs a day. But for type 4 girlies, like y'all see my hair, right? If hair is shedding, meaning it's coming out of my scalp, it's not gonna just fall into my head, right? It's gonna wrap around the hair that's still attached to my head. That's why when you detangle, you're pulling out hair. It's already detached, you didn't do anything wrong. So if I go 3 weeks without washing my hair, it's normal to have a bit of hair come out because that shed hair has just built up. So when people ask me like, how do you reduce shedding, how do you stop shedding? A lot of times I find that you're not over shedding, you just don't know what normal shedding looks like. If you had braids in for 2 months, you should expect a crap ton of hair to come out. Not because you did anything wrong, but because 2 months of shed hair has just been stuck in those braids, if that makes sense. All right. It's a Christian-friendly hair care brand, because if not, I'm not judging. I want support, to be honest. So I'm not ashamed of who I am in Christ. I'm a faith-based brand. I've been a faith-based creator for 5 years because I don't play by my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I think that's kind of, I don't know why you wouldn't support just because I'm a Christian. But I mean, everybody has their own things. I genuinely just don't understand, like why that would lead you to not support, because I don't know. But I don't know. But okay. But yeah, so it is faith-based. We have a scripture on every single product. Alright guys, we're running out of our leave-in butters at 20% off. So we have a lot of people that have them added to cart. We have a lot of people that just purchased. So if you want to grab it at 20% off, however many that's available, that's however many is available for purchase. So once that discount is gone, it will be back to full price. Okay, Leah, I got you. She said, how to keep your hair hydrated. Let's talk about it since the leave-in butter is currently on, what is this thing called? Flash sale. All right. This actually moves perfectly into step 3. So step 3, I'll go back to step 2. But step 3 is you don't end with hydration. This is the best way to have short hair. So hydration is always going to have you get longer hair. Why? Because hydration leads to reduction in breakage, etc. So actually, let me go back to step 2. So the second thing that people are doing is skipping deep conditioning. So let's talk about that really quickly, because I feel like that flows better. So the reason why deep conditioning is so important is because it hydrates your hair. I don't think a lot of people understand how significant hydration is to growing hair. If your hair is short, this is why. Why hair is short. By the way, you guys, tap that screen. Once you get to 50,000 likes, we always do a giveaway. So if you would like a free product, then go ahead and tap that screen. This is why your hair is short. So we're going to pretend like this is your scalp right here. This line is your scalp, okay? And of course, you have hair growing out of your scalp. Benny won't stop playing. All right. So the reason why you have short hair is very simple. It's because of this. Your hair breaks. So it grows this long, but then it breaks off. So you end up left with like shorter hair than was actually grown. Okay, so why does hair break? Hair breaks because it is dry. So hair break, can y'all see this? Yeah, hair breaks because it is dry. All right. So breakage happens because hair is dry. So what does that mean? What is the solution to breakage, right? If breakage happens because your hair dry, that has to mean that hair doesn't break when it is hydrated. I'm gonna use a different color. So hydration is the solution to breakage. So hydration. All right? Hydration fixes the breakage issue so that when you grow hair, you're able to retain it. So my question is though, if hydration is what's going to fix what, okay, so your hair is short because it breaks. It breaks because it's dry. That means in order to stop the breakage, you hydrate your hair so it doesn't break and it won't be short, okay? So if the solution to this is hydration on your hair strands, tell me how putting something on your scalp will solve this problem. Like, how is putting an oil on your scalp going to hydrate your hair, which is the actual issue? That's why hair growth oils don't make sense. Your hair isn't short because your scalp isn't producing hair. Your hair is short because your scalp produces hair and then it breaks off because your hair is not hydrated. So that's why hair oils, scalp massages, all those things are don't make sense and are dumb because they're not solving the actual issue, which is down here. And when it comes to deep conditioning, the reason why it's so important is because deep conditioning plays a huge part in hydration, which helps you to reduce breakage so that your hair won't end up being short. So that's why skipping deep conditioning in your wash day routine can 100% lead to you being bald-headed because you miss out on a ton of hydration that you could get from your wash day, and your hair ends up getting drier quicker, etc. And with our leave-in butter, the reason why that's effective is because that's also a huge part of helping your hair stay hydrated, right? Because it adds water and it locks it in, all right? That's exactly why, all right? So, okay guys, we are running low on our leave-in butters for 20% off. You only have 5 minutes left. After the 5 minutes, it will go back to full price. So if you would like to get it at a discount, now is your time. I have leave-in butter in my hair. My washing goes, what, 5 days old? Yeah, we're 5 days into a wash and go. And I always use a leave-in butter because it ensures that my styles last longer. All right, but we are running low. So we have more people that have it in their cart than we have available for the flash sale. So if you want to grab it, I would go ahead and do that now. What's your favorite natural hair protective style? It depends. Sometimes I'm a mini twist girl. Sometimes I'm like a boho braids girl. Sometimes I'm a wig girl. It just depends. It really just depends on my mood and the season and how lazy I want to be with my hair. All right, so let's talk about number 3, which is you are not ending your wash day routine in hydration, right? This is a huge reason, okay? Let me say something. If you wash your hair and 2 days later your hair is dry, you did something wrong. That is not normal. That's not supposed to happen. I washed my hair Friday, okay? Did everything I'm telling y'all to stop doing, I don't do, okay? So I cleanse properly. I always deep condition, and I end my hair with hydration. That's why my hair is 5 days in a wash and go and still looks fantabulous, and I can literally wear my hair for another week and it'd be fine. Won't get dry, no nothing, because I end with hydration. What does that mean? That means that after you shampoo, after you deep condition, you have to make sure you properly hydrate. Again, if you wash your hair and 2 days later your hair is dry, you did not wash your hair correctly. You did something wrong in your routine. And that's just not gonna fly. All right, guys, we're almost out of the leave-in butters. 4 minutes left at this discount. It is 20% off. It will not be 20% off in the next 4 minutes, so the discount will be done after that, and you'll go back to full price. And I don't think you want to pay full price. All right, so when it comes to the leave-in butter, the reason why I use that to end my routine with hydration is because it is guaranteed to keep my hair hydrated. If y'all were watching the live last week, y'all saw me for 2 weeks. I did a twist out, right, for 2 weeks. I kept that twist out of my hair for 15 days. I did nothing to the twist out in between or anything. Added nothing to it, refreshed anything, nothing. Why? Because I added the leave-in butter in my hair before I styled my hair, and that kept my hair hydrated. When your hair is hydrated, you reduce breakage, and that's how you retain length. My hair is long because I keep my hair hydrated. That's it. There's no special routine. There's no special like ingredient or anything that I do. Everything that I do in my routine is geared towards hydration. That's why my products are hydrating, because I know for type 4 hair that is going to be your biggest thing you need to fix. My routine is geared toward hydration. Everything I'm telling you is geared towards hydration, right? So I'm gonna use blue. Somebody had asked me earlier, Leah asked me, how do you keep your hair hydrated on non-wash days? I'm gonna show you, because I don't do anything to my hair between wash days, right? So how to keep hair hydrated. And we talked about this yesterday. We talked about this like every single live. 7+ days. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why it's going out of frame today. All right, how to keep hair hydrated 7+ days. There's 2 steps. I do this like every single live, but it's always so interesting when I do it. So let me know in the comments right now, like how long can you go before your hair starts getting dry? I had somebody tell me that their hair gets dry every single hour, which I think is crazy. But how long can you go before your hair gets dry? Because I feel like for some people, they're reading this and they're like, there's no way, you're lying. There's no way you can wear it. I'm telling you, I wore a twist out for 15 days, did nothing to it. Like I washed my hair, wore the twist out for 2 weeks, added nothing, did nothing throughout the duration, and then I washed my hair on Friday. All right, somebody said about 2 days. Anybody else? Somebody asked how they can make their braid out last. This is gonna my styles last long because my hair is hydrated. That's literally it. All right. 90 seconds left. The leave-in butter is about to go back to full price. It will not be 20% off anymore. So yeah. Okay. So I have braids in all the time. How should I keep my hair hydrated when I have them in for a month? This is what you should be doing before you get your braids installed. So I got you. This will answer all those questions. Okay, and again, tap that screen. 50,000 likes, we do a giveaway. So if you would like a giveaway, tap that screen. We usually get it in like the first 45 minutes. So we're almost there. Okay, so first up, most people are doing this. So this isn't why your hair is getting dry super quickly. But just so you know, it's to add hydration. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but just to quickly explain this word, I'm going to do a different color. Hydra, right? Hydra, the root word of this is hydro. And hydro means water. So when I say add hydration, I mean to add water. Okay? So you do that with your leave-in conditioners, your sprays, whatever. In fact, majority of the leave-ins that you use are gonna have enough water to hydrate your hair. Adding hydration really isn't the issue with why people can't keep their hair hydrated for 7+ days, but I just like to mention it just in case. So just make sure whatever you're using to add hydration, add water to your hair, the first ingredient is water. So our leave-in butter, the first ingredient is aqua. That lets you know that it has enough water in it to sufficiently hydrate your hair, which most products are gonna do. Like our leave-in, our shampoo, and our mask, they all have the first ingredient being water. So you want to make sure that the first ingredient is water again, because your ingredients on the back of your labels are listed from what's the most to what's the least. That's why essential oils should always be towards the bottom, because they have to be diluted. You can't use that much. And then things like water, mango butter, shea butter, those would be like more towards the top, right? So that's the first step. The only issue that I see people have, again, most people are doing this stuff. This is not why you can't keep your hair hydrated. I'm just mentioning it. But only thing you shouldn't be doing is adding like oil during this step. Oils don't contain water, so they're not going to hydrate your hair. So you have to make sure that you're actually adding something with a very high water content. All right, cool. All right, let me go ahead and set up another flash sale, then we'll talk about step 2. Okay, because step 2 is why you're not keeping your hair hydrated. It's really not step 1, it's step 2. All right, let me go ahead. I'm gonna give you guys 20% off on our bundle. So keep in mind, our bundle is already discounted because it's in a bundle. All the products individually, if you bought them separately, it would be $103. So it's already a discount because it's in the bundle. Let me pin it real quick. And then I'm going to give you guys an additional discount on that. Our bundle is the second most popular thing that people purchase, because people like to use all the products together, because it is a system that's designed to work together, mainly just because it's extremely hydrating. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys 20% off on that. So every time I wash my hair, I use the entire bundle. So shampoo, deep conditioner, oil, and mask. All right, so I'm going to give you guys 20 minutes on that. I don't have that many today for the 20% off. So I would say if you want it, go ahead and grab it. These, like I said, this is like the second most popular thing that people buy. So they do go quickly. How many do I have? I only have 20 of these available for this moment. So if you want it, go ahead and grab it. All right, cool. And there's no secret reason why this works to grow your hair, except for that it's extremely hydrating. Most products in the market aren't hydrating enough for tighter hair textures because they're made for curly hair. Tighter hair, because our hair is tighter, is drier, so it needs more hydration. So thicker, richer formulas for both high and low porosity are gonna be like your friends here. Okay, so the second step is important. So let me start. I like to do analogies because I feel like it helps it helps me understand it, and so okay. So we're just gonna pretend y'all can see this. Okay, we're gonna pretend like you have 2 pots. Okay, this is gonna help you understand this. So just like stay with me for a second. And these pots have water. Okay, and let's just say they're boiling on the stove. Boiling. Now one of these pots is gonna have a lid on it. Okay, so let me know in the chat. If you have these 2 pots and you walk away for 20 minutes and you come back, which one is going to have more water in it? Just comment lid or no lid. Let me know. Which one? All right, guys, we just sold a bundle, so if you want the bundle, we only have, how many I say, 20? I said 20, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm looking. 20. So we have 19 left. So if you would like a bundle, then go ahead at 20% off. Again, it's already discounted, so you're getting a further discount. So I had a few people say with lid. Someone said the evaporation with the no lid pot will have less water, no lid. So it's kind of split. So the correct answer is going to be the lid. So here's the thing. Water is designed to evaporate. So if I spill water on my shirt, what happens? A few minutes later, it's going to be gone, right? Like if you go to a restaurant and you spill water on your shirt, you're not freaking out. Why? Because your shirt might be wet, but you know it's eventually going to dry. If I go and spill water on my table, I should clean it up, but if I don't, I know it's eventually going to evaporate. That's the same thing that happens on your hair. So when you just put like a very water-based or just water on your hair, the reason why it gets dry so quickly is because it just evaporates. So this is what you have to do. The same way with this pot, the lid on the pot, the water is still evaporating, but it's going at a slower rate because the lid is preventing a lot of that water from evaporating. So you have to do the same thing with your hair. So when you are putting water on your hair, you have to put some sort of proverbial lid on top to lock it in so that when the water tries to evaporate, there's something blocking it and slowing it down. So the second step, and this is why your hair gets dry quickly, is because you don't do this. You don't seal the moisture in. You have to seal moisture into your hair. Otherwise, it's like just spraying water on your shirt and expecting the water to stay there all day. It's not going to, right? It's going to evaporate. But if you spray water on your shirt and then you put some sort of oil on your shirt, guess what happens? It's not going to leave. Or if you just spill oil on your shirt, right? You know that the oil at 20 minutes later is still going to be there. Why? Because oil doesn't have any water. It doesn't evaporate. So that's why when you seal, you have to seal with oil or a butter. Why? Because oils and butters are hydrophobic. They don't contain any water. So instead of mixing with water, so when water tries to leave, if you use something to seal that is very watery, it's going to mix with the water and continue to leave your hair. But if you seal with something that doesn't contain water, when the water touches it, it will block it. It will slow down how fast it evaporates. And so that is why our entire line has this entire system. Our leave-in butter is so popular because it basically adds hydration, but it seals it in at the same time. That's why when I use a leave-in butter, I always use it in my styles because I know, again, y'all saw me wear my twist out for 15 days. And again, so when I wash my hair, I wash it, twist out, take it out, right, twist out. So every single day until I wash my hair again, so day 1 through day 15, all I'm doing every single day is putting my hair up at night and taking it down. I'm not re-adding product. I'm not spraying it with water. I'm doing nothing to it. Why? Because it doesn't need it, because my hair is staying hydrated, because I use products and have a routine that keeps my hair hydrated. This entire line is designed to do exactly this. It adds hydration. It has a nice, strong water-based content for tighter hair textures, but it also seals the moisture in. And thankfully, the way that it's formulated, it's not going to be heavy or greasy. So because I don't like that. So it's not going to feel heavy or greasy, but you have to add hydration. You have to lock it in. So one of the things I like to do, for example, is when I deep condition, right? I always add oil to my deep conditioner. I've been doing this for years before I even had my line. Why? Because the oil helps to lock the moisture in when you're deep conditioning. And also oils have benefits for themselves for your hair. Like for example, things like castor oil, grapeseed, sweet almond, all those things help to give your hair shine, help to strengthen your strands, etc. So it's like that's like a bonus, right? But it's important that I add oil to help lock the moisture in. So it's an entire process, right? We don't have any stylers yet, so your goal from using this line is just to keep your hair hydrated. When it comes to stylers, you do that on your own. But we're working on stylers. But right now, we have everything to get you from the start of your wash day to the end before you start styling. So that's why my leave-in butter is always in my hair, because I know no matter what styler I'm using, no matter what style I'm doing, I know my hair is going to stay hydrated. And that is the key to growth, because hydration reduces breakage. When you reduce breakage, your hair actually stays a length. So kind of to explain it for people that weren't here last week, because because I feel like a lot of people kind of get this messed up and they don't know exactly like what you're supposed to be expecting when it comes to growing hair. So when we talk about how fast hair grows, so everybody grows Everybody grows half an inch a month on average, which is about 6 inches a year. Now, don't think that when I say average, you can say, oh, well, that's not me. No, you're going to be about average. Okay, don't think you're special. You can grow like 8 inches or 12 inches. No. So, everybody grows about 6 inches of hair a year. So, the thing I need you to understand is how moisture plays a part into it, how products like this and a routine like this are so important is because you cannot change the 6 inches. This is genetic. So, this number is determined by genetics. Now, don't get confused with me saying, like, because you have certain genetics, you can't grow hair. No, genetics just determines how fast that hair can grow. And here's the thing. We can all acknowledge that your hair color is genetic, your hair texture is genetic. The same way I can't do anything in existence and put anything on my hair, do anything in my hair to make my hair all of a sudden grow out of my scalp blonde, like I can't genetically change my hair color. Same way, you can't genetically change how fast your hair grows. For the rest of your life, you will grow 0.5 inches of hair a month. So my thing is, instead of trying to change this number because you can't, so instead of doing everything like scalp massages, hair growth oils, etc., trying to change this number, instead focus on retaining every single inch of this 6 inches by hydration every single year. If you can retain 6 inches, I know I see somebody with a crying emoji, but like, hear me out. If you retain 6 inches of hair for 3 years, that's 18 inches of hair. That's where you get people having the waist length and the hip length. My hair didn't grow to my waist because I just all of a sudden started growing 12 inches of hair in 1 year. No, I grew my 5 to 6 inches every single year. It's just that every year it added up. So year 1, I maybe retained 5 inches. Year 2, when I knew more about what I was doing, maybe I was 6. Year 3, maybe 4. But 3-4 years goes by, and I've retained enough inches every single year. It adds up, and that's how you get hair to your waist and hair to your hips. So if your routine is focused on trying to speed up this number, you're always going to have short hair because you can't simultaneously try to speed up hair growth. Okay, I'll say it like this. The routine that you do to speed up hair growth will automatically not be the routine you do to retain length. You cannot grow hair by trying to speed it up. You can only grow hair by retaining length. So if you're focusing on a routine that will speed up growth, you're automatically not retaining length. And so your hair won't get longer. And what I mean by a routine that speeds up growth, you're doing the hair growth oils, the viral hair trends, anything you can think of to put on your scalp to try to make hair grow out of your scalp faster. And that's not possible. Hair length retention is, which is what I did and what everybody who has long hair does. All we're doing is keeping our hair hydrated with products and a routine so that our hair does not break off. So every year we're retaining 6 inches 1 year, 4 inches the next year, 5 inches the next year, and that adds up. And after 3 to 4 years of consistency with hydration, that's how you get longer hair. All right, so that's why I'm like so gung-ho about my line, because all it's doing is keeping your hair hydrated. That's literally it. Nothing special. I just think that in the industry, again, an industry that we all can acknowledge does not make does not make products for tighter hair textures. I just wanted a line that I know was catered and prioritized tighter hair, because to grow hair like this, you require more moisture than somebody with curly hair, and the industry just isn't making products with that level of moisture. So that's just what it is. And I don't feel like that's fair. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that myself. So there we go. All right, but our bundles are almost out, you guys. I only have 15, so we're like halfway through that right now. So this is the only time that it will be 20% off. It will go back to full price after 10 minutes. So if you like the bundle, I will go ahead and get it. Again, it's our second most popular thing people try, just because it's like an entire system. People like to try the entire system together, if that makes sense. Again, tap the screen, 50K likes, we will do a giveaway. Any hair growth questions, please go ahead and ask me in the chat. So somebody said, to be honest, I don't really know how to deep condition. Okay, so let's talk about it. We'll talk about deep conditioning and we'll talk about detangling, because those are two things that I feel like that will definitely jack up your routine if you don't know how to deep condition and you don't know how to detangle. So let's talk about deep conditioning for growth. You need a deep condition if you want to grow hair. That's not negotiable. If you want to grow hair, you have to deep condition. Skipping deep conditioning will be a huge mistake. Don't be lazy. Take an extra hour and deep condition, especially in the winter. Deep condition. If you want to grow hair, deep condition. If you want to grow hair, deep condition. If you want to grow hair, deep condition. And I said it 3 times. Now you have no excuse, okay? So let's talk about how to deep condition. And again, you guys, our bundle is currently 20% off. It will go back to full price in 9 minutes. So if you want to grab it, go ahead. We only have, how many do we have left? We only have about 10 left. No, I'm sorry. We We have 8 left. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. We have 8 left, okay? And we have about 13 people that have it in their cart. So more people have it in their cart than we have available. So if you want to grab it, after this, it will go to full price. So let's talk about deep conditioning. And again, tap that screen, 50K likes, people will do a giveaway. So if you want to give away, tap the screen. All right. So let's talk about deep conditioning for growth. Again, so the first thing, let me just say, number 1, this is required. You will not have longer hair if you do not deep condition. Why? Because deep conditioning helps you to retain so much hydration, and without deep conditioning, you won't retain that hydration, and that will play a part in you doing your wash day routine, and 2 days later, your hair is dry. You have to deep condition. This is a non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. I would say, if you deep condition, it needs to be every single time you wash your hair. Unless you wash your hair weekly. If you wash your hair weekly, you can do every other time. So like every 2 weeks. But if you're washing your hair every 2 weeks or longer than that, it is required. Again, this is the non-negotiable. If you want longer hair, deep conditioning is required. That's the first thing you gotta know about it. Number 2. You have to make sure that you apply your deep conditioner correctly, okay? What I see happen is a lot of people will apply their deep conditioner and you'll see that it's only on their ends, so like mid-shaft to the ends. You open up their hair, their roots are still black. So you want to make sure, if you do not know how to apply stuff correctly, split your hair in sections and apply it from the ends. You want to make sure you're getting your roots and ends, so don't miss anywhere in the middle, okay? Don't do that, okay? Roots to ends. Number 3. Use heat, okay? This is a requirement if you have low porosity hair, but it is just a bonus if you have high porosity hair. But you need to be using heat. Again, I have low porosity, so for me this is a requirement. Why? Because our hair struggles to absorb products if you have low porosity. Using heat will help your hair to absorb the product. So if you just deep condition and just sit on it with it for 30 minutes and there's nothing on your head to trap in heat, it will not work. If you have high porosity, I would still recommend using heat, but for low porosity, this is required. So put a warmer bag on your head, and go on about your day for 30 minutes, and then come back. Why? Because your scalp is naturally producing heat. That warmer bag, when the heat goes up, it will get trapped by the bag and circulate, and your scalp will heat up, okay? You can also steam. That's also great. You can also use a deep conditioning cap. I have one in my Amazon storefront in my personal bio on TikTok. Super cheap. You can also sit under a hooded dryer if you have one. Whatever you gotta do, if you have low porosity, use heat when you deep condition. Like, that is a non-negotiable for low porosity. High porosity, I would still recommend it, but it's not required. And last one, number 4. This one isn't a requirement for anybody, but it does make a huge difference. So I would recommend it, is adding oil. Okay. Number 1, oil will help you to be able to apply the product easier from roots to ends because oil adds slip. 2, oil is hydrophobic, it's occlusive, so it will help to lock in the moisture from the deep conditioning even after you rinse it out. And number 3, oils themselves have a lot of benefits for the hair, and if you use heat with it, that's an extra bonus. Like sweet almond oil, castor oil, etc., help with the shine of the hair, etc. So it's a good thing to add. It's not required, but I always do it. I would recommend it. I've been doing it for years. So again, for those that just joined, wash day mistakes to stop growth. If you skip deep conditioning, you will be bald headed. You have, number 1, it is required. I don't care who you are, texture, porosity, deep condition, okay? Especially, you know what? High porosity, you have to deep condition because it helps you to retain moisture because you struggle to like keep moisture in your hair. But deep conditioning is required. It's a non-negotiable, you have to do it. So stop being lazy. Look at me. Stop being lazy. Spend the extra hour on your wash day routine and deep condition. If you want long hair, make a sacrifice, okay? So deep conditioning is required. If you wash your hair every single week, you can do every other time. But if you wash your hair every 2 weeks or longer, every single wash day, I don't care what you have to do, okay? 2, apply the deep conditioner correctly. Stop missing the inside of your hair. If you have to split your hair up into sections, do it. Stop being lazy. Split your hair up into sections, okay? You don't have loose hair. You can't do it all in 1 second, okay? So, apply correctly. Number 2, use heat. If you have low porosity, this is required, okay? If you have low porosity, It is required, okay? You have to use heat because our hair struggles to absorb moisture if you have low porosity or absorb products. Heat helps you to actually absorb the product. So put a warmer bag on your head, cool. That's all you gotta do. If you wanna go extra like me, I have a deep conditioning cap I'll use sometimes. I have a steamer I will use sometimes. I might sit under the dryer with a warmer bag, whatever you gotta do, heat. And number 4, this isn't required, but I would strongly recommend it. It adds nothing to do it. Add oil. Everybody has oil in their cabinet somewhere. Add oil. Oil adds slip, which will help you to apply the deep conditioner easy because deep conditioners tend to be thicker for tighter hair textures. It also is an occlusive. It will help to lock in the moisture from the deep conditioner even after you rinse it out. And number 3, oils have benefits themselves for the hair strands. So it's just an extra bonus. But this is how you deep condition correctly for growth. If you skip deep conditioning, do not complain to me when you're bald headed. Deep conditioning is a huge part in helping you to retain length so that your hair gets longer. It is required. It is a non-negotiable. It is required. Okay? All right, 3 minutes left in the bundle. How many do we have left? We have 4 left. We have 10 people that have it in their carts though. So after this, we'll go back to regular price. So yeah, so if you would like the bundle, I will go ahead and grab that. Our dehydration mask is included in the bundle and our essential hair oil. So you can do all of these steps with this, all right? All right, so now let's talk about detangling because it's not hard to detangle tighter hair. You just don't know how, okay? We have to get that through our heads, okay? Detangling, anything to do with your natural hair. I don't like when people say natural hair is hard to manage. You just don't know how to do it, okay? You see all this hair I have? My hair is not difficult to do. What's difficult is having to film it, but doing my natural hair is easy. I know that when I start my wash day, it's gonna go exactly the way I want it till the end. Because I know how to do it. Because I took the time to learn. Now, learning it might be difficult. You have to do trial and error, figure out what you like. But once you know how to do your head, it's not difficult. It's annoying to have to spend 8 hours doing your hair. Don't get me wrong, but it's not difficult. Okay? So, let's not put that negative stereotype on natural hair. Doing washing goes for me are not difficult, right? They can be annoying because they might require something different, but it's not hard. Like I know how to do it, I just do it, okay? All right, so let's talk about detangling type 4 hair. So this is how you detangle for growth. And what this means is like, I'm just gonna tell you how to reduce breakage and that will contribute heavily to you having longer hair. So detangling for growth. Few steps to this. All right, so first thing this is a requirement. First thing is you need to have your hair. These are non-negotiables, by the way. So you need to have water plus conditioner. These are non-negotiables, okay? I don't care who you are, unless you just have straight hair. If you are like genuinely detangling your hair, like for your wash day, your hair needs to have water in it and it needs to have conditioner in it. And please, please, please be heavy-handed. Your hair needs to be soaked in water and conditioner. Here's the thing. When detangling hair, you need slip. All slip does is make it easier for you to be able to pull your hair apart and remove shed hair. The reason why hair gets tangled is because, the main reason is because we have shed hair. Okay, shed hair is hair that just randomly comes out of your scalp because y'all have heard of the hair cycle, all that. So every single piece of hair is in a different phase. One might be in the anagen phase, one might be in the whatever phase, right? So there's a phase in your hair cycle where hair is shedding. So that's why you get shed hair. You do nothing wrong, the hair just randomly pops off of your scalp, okay? But because of our hair texture, that hair wraps around the hair that's still attached to your head. So a big part of detangling is just unraveling those hairs that are no longer attached to your scalp and pulling them out of your hair. So that's really why natural hair gets tangled. Of course, if I'm wearing my hair to wash and go, hair that's attached to my head will wrap around itself as well. But the main thing is just because the shed hair gets tangled in and you have to remove that. So water plus conditioner will give you a ton of slip to make this process easy. You should not be trying to detangle your hair on dry hair. Don't care. You should not be trying to detangle your hair without some sort of conditioner and be heavy-handed. I use a deep hydration mask when I detangle. I'm lazy. I don't like 50 million products in my wash day routine. So this will be your deep conditioner and also your detangling conditioner if you so choose. When I detangled my hair last on my wash day on Friday, I detangled with this and I deep conditioned with this because I don't want more than more products than are necessary, all right? That costs more money and it's just more stressful. I already have to film and have a bunch of things around me. I want as little products as I can, all right? Let me go ahead and set up a flash sale and we'll move on to number 2, but this is a requirement. You will not be able to detangle your hair successfully. If you're struggling, screaming, crying, upset, and frustrated because you can't detangle your hair, this is going to solve that for you. Detangling natural hair is not hard. You just don't know how. All right. Let me go ahead and set you guys up with another flash sale. Oh, I'm sorry. I just kicked y'all. Hold on. Move y'all back. My bad. I just kicked y'all with my foot. All right. Alright, let's go ahead with our leave-in butter. I'm going to give you guys 30% off on our leave-in butter today. How many do I have available of these? Again, 50K likes, we will do a giveaway. So tap that screen. We're almost halfway there. Tap that screen and we will do a giveaway at 50K likes. Alright, let me go ahead and set you guys up for 30% off. I do not have that many today for 30% off. Each of these flash sales, there is a limited amount available because we are conserving inventory. So I only have 30 of these available. Our leave-in butter, again, is our #1 bestseller product, so this does go very quickly. People literally wait till I do go on live to get a discount. So first come, first serve. Usually have about double the people that have it in their carts versus how much is available. So just keep that in mind. Like, we're already getting people adding it to their cart right now. So just keep that in mind. We only have 30 available. All right? Cool. So, let's see. So, I'm just checking the chat on YouTube. Okay. So, water plus conditioner is the first thing. Second thing. This is required too. I don't know why people don't do this. Like, again, y'all gotta stop being lazy with your natural hair. Listen, there's one thing with being lazy to the point where it costs you your natural hair journey, and being lazy because certain things just aren't necessary. So, for example, I consider myself a lazy natural because I don't really wear my hair out unless I need to. So I protect the style. I would consider that lazy. But skipping steps that I know I need in my hair journey because I just don't feel like it and it's going to cost me growth later on, that is a different type of laziness. I don't do that, okay? So, water plus conditioner. Second thing, this will also just make it hard if you don't do this, is sections. Okay. I don't care who gets mad, but listen up. Lock eyes with me. Okay, like don't. Okay, you have. Okay, I'll just speak on me. I have thick coily hair. Do y'all see how tiny my curls are? Right? Do y'all see how thick my hair is? This is day 5. Look at how much volume I have. I haven't done anything. Okay, I cannot detangle my hair in 2 sections. I don't know who came up with that. I do 10 sections. I do 2 on each side of the front and 3 on each side of the back because the middle of my hair is the thickest, so I split that section into 2. Okay? Section your hair when you detangle. Do not try to detangle all of your hair in one go or in 2 sections. Like, that's dumb. Look at me. That's stupid. Somebody called me rude earlier. I don't care. I'm telling you the truth. That is dumb and stupid. Section your hair when you detangle. And y'all, some people might look at me crazy, but you know how many people do this? You should not be having clumps of hair falling out because you can't detangle properly. Detangling is not hard, but water plus conditioner needs to be on your hair. That's a non-negotiable. Sections, that's a non-negotiable. You have to detangle your hair sections. Number three, all right? All right, our leave-in butter is selling. We have 27 left, you guys. 27 left. We only had 30 in total? Yeah, 27 left, all right? Number 3 is a tool. Now, this one, it's interesting. So if you've been following me, I use the unbrush. That is the best detangling tool that I've ever seen in my life. All right, I use the unbrush. I don't know what else to say. Before I used the unbrush, I used the easy detangler, and then before that, I think I was using a Y2 comb. But this was like back in 18, 19. I personally believe that detangling tools have come such a long way for coily hair that you can find a tool that will work for your hair. I think detangling tools are way more efficient than your fingers or a Y2 comb. So I would recommend the unbrush. Unbrushed. That's what I would recommend. The original. I did a review on my YouTube channel if you want to check it out of the original versus the Flex or like the new one. I prefer the original, which you can make your own choice. I also use the Easy Detangling Brush. Okay, so those are mine too. And I will never go back to my fingers. I will never go back to a comb. I do feel like if you get a good detangling brush, it will make detangling your hair easier and mentally better. But you don't have to do this. You can do your fingers if you want. You can do a wide tooth comb if you want, but I recommend finding a tool, ideally a detangling brush. And again, the unbrushed for me is like my go-to. Y'all have seen it on my hair. I have an unbrushed review. Just type in Brittany Rose unbrushed and I will have a video that has like 6 million views of me using the unbrushed. When I first tried it, I was shocked, okay? So I always recommend that for tighter hair. I've never seen anything do it like that. I don't know why it does it, but it does it, okay? Also, I have a video coming on my personal page in the next few weeks. I bought every single Tangle Teaser, and we're gonna try them. Because I did a review of the Tangle Teaser versus the unbrush, and people were telling me I got the wrong Tangle Teaser. So I bought all 4, and we're gonna try them out. And also bought the new unbrushed, the styling one, so we're also gonna try that. So I'll be doing a lot of like detangling brush, detangling tools reviews on my personal YouTube. So if you want to subscribe to me on there, that'll be coming in like the next few weeks. That'll be like February, okay? And then what's number 4? Number 4. Okay, number 4. I just forgot my number 4. Hold on. Water and conditioner sections. Tools, like brushes. Oh, okay. This one is optional, but it does help. Heat. So if you are detangling, using heat will help to soften your hair and make it easier to detangle. So you can do this a ton of different ways. You can spray your hair with warm water. I have the pattern steamer, which has like the comb attachment on it, so I will use that. So I'll put conditioner on my hair, and I will use, y'all see this in my video on Thursday on my personal page, if you want to check that out. But I use a deep hydration mask. I will put it in my hair, and then I will steam my hair with the pattern steamer for like a couple seconds to warm my hair up and allow my hair to absorb the conditioner. Then I will go in with the unbrush and detangle my hair. If I'm not filming, it will take me probably 30 minutes to detangle all my hair, even in a wash and go state, because I do this and it's not difficult at all. You can also, if you wash your hair in the shower, the steam from the shower can help to detangle your hair, but I would recommend using some sort of heat, because it will definitely make it easier to detangle. 100% for me personally, it's way easier to detangle my hair when I use a steamer, because my hair just absorbs the product better. But this is how you detangle for growth. This is how you reduce breakage so that you can retain lean. If you are snot nose crying, and I'm saying that as someone that used to snot nose cry, spending 3 hours trying to detangle my hair, and this was when my hair was like half relaxed, half natural. So, and it was like this short. So if you are snot nose crying, struggling to detangle your hair, these are the things that you need to do. Again, the 2 that are required are water and conditioner. Hair needs to be soaked in water, soaked in conditioner. We're not light-handed, we're heavy-handed. And sections. That's going to make your life a lot easier for tighter hair textures. All right, guys, we are running out of our leave-in butters. We had 30 available. How many do we have left? We only have 20. So we're halfway through, and so you only have 13 minutes. It will go back to full price. How many people have it in their carts right now? I don't know. 25. They have 25 people have it in, no, 24 people that have it in their carts right now. Flaxseed gel is also a good detangler. All right. Cool. All right. So somebody asked what were the wash day mistakes, so let us move on. So these are your wash day mistakes to stop growth. These are just a few. We talked about detangling, because if you don't detangle right, that can jack your hair up, right? We talked about how to deep condition properly. We talked about cleansing properly. All these things play. I don't think y'all understand that how you wash your hair plays such a big part in growth. Wash days do so much. Number one, they remove shed hair, which is a huge thing for reducing tangles, which reduces breakage. It sets you up for a good, hydrating, like lasting style. Again, my washing though is 5 days old. It looks and feels fantabulous, okay? Even when my washing go gets puffy, I will not need to re-moisturize my hair, because my hair might be puffy because of the styler, but it's not dry because of the leave-in butter. That's why the leave-in butter in my hair is always going to be non-negotiable. Like, I don't play about it. Y'all have seen me use this for years, every single style. Not because it's special, not because it's a miracle, but because it's a must-have to end my wash day. So let's talk about why I end my wash day with hydration, using the leave-in butter specifically, but why you need to end your wash day with hydration. If you are doing your wash day and your hair is dry 3 days later, number 3 is probably going to be a part that plays into that. You should not be washing your hair and having to do something to it after another day. Again, I washed my hair Friday. The only thing I've done to my hair is put it up in a scarf and take it down. There's been nothing done to it, and that's how it should be. My hair is not going to get dry. I'm washing my hair next Friday. I started washing my hair every 2 weeks just because of filming purposes. So I will wash my hair next Friday. There will be no touch-ups, no redos, no refreshes, no sprays, no nothing. I know my washing was only probably going to last me another like 3 or 4 days. And then I'm putting it probably up into a puff or a slick back bun just because the gel is like not my favorite. But I won't need to re-moisturize it or rehydrate it because the leave-in butter does that. I don't play about it, all right? I'm sorry, it's like flaking. Y'all wanna know, I use the B-Girl custard. I try to do a review, it'll be up next week, but we are working on a styler for this purpose because my washing goes okay, but I feel like I can get more definition in this. So let's just talk about our stylers really quick. Like I said, we're working on it. Like I've literally been talking back and forth for months about it. The industry isn't making stylers for tighter hair textures. We know this, especially gels. And the gel that we're working on, I need it to define tighter hair. A lot of people, I want people to like look at this and be like, this isn't gonna work on me because I don't have a curl pattern. My hair is supposed to be fluffy and poofy, and they'll use it and they'll get proved wrong. Okay, there are certain things that a gel for tighter hair requires that we're working on. It takes longer because nobody is doing this, but once it's out, you're gonna be like, yeah, this is tea. Okay. I don't use any edge controls. I'm not an edge control person. The gel will be sufficient enough to be an edge control as well as to be able to slick back your hair, so it will be multi-use again because you shouldn't have to have like a ton of different products. But I'm scared of gels will be moisturizing. So here's the thing. When it comes to gels, if you want a stronger hold, sometimes you do have to sacrifice hydration, but that's why we're formulating it to be able to mix with our leave-in butter so that you can keep your hair hydrated but still get definition. So even if the gel itself isn't super hydrating, I care more about the performance because we have something that's hydrating that can go underneath it, if that makes sense. But to be determined, TBD. Yes, I was in medical school for a year. And then I left. So I was in medical school from fall of 21 to spring of 22. Realized that God did not call me to be a doctor. Didn't understand it, because why would you let me spend $40K and have student debt? But hey, that I don't regret it for a second because I definitely would have been very depressed in a career that I did not enjoy. I love science. I love chemistry. That's where my line came from. Like I have a degree in biology. I graduated cum laude. I have a master's in psychology and all that good stuff. So I love the science of the brain and science in general. But what did your parents say? Let's just say they're good now that I'm doing good. But the older generation doesn't understand like social media. So of course when your kid's like, I'm gonna leave med school to be a content creator or an influencer or whatever, they're like, I don't know about that. But I was grown, so I made my own choice. And, I had my own place and all that, so it's not like they had to pay for anything. So, it worked out. Because I was already running my business. Like, She's Made already existed years ago. So I was already making money with She's Made. I was doing it part-time in med school. And then I realized, you know what? I can actually support myself if I did this full-time. So that's where that came from. All right, do not use the leave-in butter before you blow dry. Anytime you use heat, a heat protectant is what's going to be necessary. All right, guys, we'll do 30K likes today. 30K likes for a giveaway. So we're almost there. If y'all can get 30K likes, we will do a giveaway. All right, y'all have 7.5 minutes left on the leave-in butter. We are running out. So if you would like it at that price, go ahead. In 7 minutes, it will go back to full price. So how many do we have left? We have 8 left. We have 8 left and we have 7 minutes. So if you like it, I would go ahead and grab it. If you don't, cool. All right, but let's talk about, since the leave-in butter is on a flash sale, let's just talk about why it's a non-negotiable. Again, my wash day is 5 days old. So the leave-in butter plays a huge part in that. So we're going to talk about it. So I'll use blue. Okay. So this is not an exaggeration because again, y'all saw my twist out. I kept my twist out in for 2 weeks. And I did nothing in between the wash days. So I ended my wash day with hydration. And then I went on about my business. So let us talk about it. And again, tap that screen. We'll do 30K likes for a giveaway today. So if you want free product, tap the screen. All right, so this is how our entire line works, but specifically our leave-in butter. So let me just write that in red. Okay. Okay, so there are 2 steps. Okay, add water, add hydration. Okay, so the root word of hydration is hydro. And hydro, literally, like the definition of hydro is water. So when I say add water, I'm saying add hydration. All you have to do is add water to your hair. Most people do this. This is most likely not the reason why you can't keep your hair hydrated. It's because like adding water is, most people are doing that correctly. Most leave-ins and things like that have enough water in it to add hydration to your hair. So this really isn't the big deal. I'm just mentioning it because it plays a part in the full picture. Our leave-in butter, the first ingredient is water, like a lot of other leave-ins and stuff in the market. Why? Because water is the first ingredient, which means that out of all the ingredients, that is the most that is in the product, because ingredients are listed from what's the most in your products to what's the least concentrated in your products. So add water, first step. Second step, this is the reason why you can't keep your hair hydrated and why me saying 14 plus days sounds crazy when it's really not. Like I said, I did that for the last 2 weeks. I'm using red seal, okay? Why is this? So I use analogies because it helps me to understand. So if you have 2 pots of water, right, on the stove, and they're boiling, in the chat, let me know which, if you leave for like 20-30 minutes and you come back, which pot is going to have more water in it. Just comment lid or no lid. Like, let me know. All right, 4 minutes left on our leave-in butter at 30% off. We are almost sold out of those of the flash sale. So if you would like the leave-in butter, we have a lot of people have it added to their cart. So if you want to purchase, I would do it now because it's going to go back to full price in 4 minutes. But I'm just explaining the technology behind how it works. All right. Okay, nobody commented, but the correct answer is the lid. Why? Because when you have water that's evaporating in a pot, a lid is going to block it and reduce how fast it evaporates. Same thing with your hair. When you put water on your hair, it is designed to evaporate. If you spill water in your shirt, it's going to evaporate, etc. That's why it's important that when you add water, you follow up with something to lock it in. What you're going to use to lock it in will be an oil or a butter. Why? Because oils and butters are hydrophobic, meaning they don't contain any water. So when water tries to leave, it will block it. It will slow it down. And that's how, when you can slow down how fast water leaves your hair, you keep water in your hair longer, and that's where you get into like the 7 plus days, 14 plus days of hydration. So, and that's how our leave-in butter works. So it's simultaneously is going to add water and also lock it in. So when I said a mistake that you're doing in your wash day routine to stop growth is not finishing your wash day routine with hydration, that's why I use this, because I know this is not only going to hydrate my hair, it's going to lock it in. So no matter what style I do, I know that I will not have to redo my hair in 2 or 3 days because my hair is dry. Again, if you're washing your hair and you finish your wash day routine and 2 days later your hair is dry, you did something wrong. And a big reason could be you just did not end your wash day routine with hydration. That's why I like the leave-in butter. It makes it simple. Instead of trying to find 2 products to do this does both in one. And also a lot of type 4 a lot of like leave-ins and stuff on the market are very watery. So they're hydrating for tighter hair textures, but they don't have that sealing component to help really lock the moisture in. So that's why I like to use the leave-in butter. Very, very simple. All right. And that's also why it's our most popular product. I've been using this for 7 plus years, and I've grown waist-length hair twice. Not because it's like a miracle formula. It's just extremely hydrating, and it locks the moisture in. It does both steps 1 and 2, and that's why somebody just said they can go to sleep after using the products, wake up the next day, and their hair is hydrated. That's normal. Like, that's what's supposed to happen. So part of the reason why you're struggling with hydration is because products on the market are made for it, and the other part is just you don't know. That's like the only 2 reasons of like why we struggle with like not having long hair. You can't find products that work for you, or you don't know how to do your hair. All right. All right. Let's see. All right. So people are asking for the bundle. I got y'all. We'll do that one next. And like I said, 30K likes will do a giveaway. So if y'all tap that screen, we're almost there. 30K likes, we will do a giveaway, and you can get a free product. All right. Let me see. Are you supposed to drench your hair in the butter like conditioner? No. So and this is actually, it's funny because I was on the FaceTime with my friend who has my products, and she was doing it the same way, and I had to tell her like, you don't have to use that much. So the leave-in is just like, the leave-in has it's not a styler. So you know how like if you're doing a twist out, you use a ton of like your twisting cream or whatever, or if you're doing a washing go, you use a ton of gel to like style, right? This is not a styler. All this does is add hydration. So you know how when you add your leave-in conditioner, you're not adding a leave-in conditioner and trying to define your curls with a leave-in conditioner. No, you put it on and you put something else on top. So this is a leave-in. It says on the back, it says apply on damp, dry hair and apply from roots to end. So all you're doing is applying this to your hair. That's it. So that's why. All right, and in about 15 seconds, it is going to go back to full price. So, but I will put the bundle on sale. All right. What styler are you rocking with? We are in the process of working on stylers. Hopefully, they will be out. They should be out this year. So that is something we are working on. It just takes time, especially with gels and stuff for tighter hair textures, because nobody is formulating gels for tighter hair. Like, we always have to like suffer. Either we get somewhat moderate definition, but it's like super flaky, or it's super hydrating, but it doesn't get like defined. Like, there's always something wrong because they're not making stylers for curly hair. So yeah. Somebody's like, the mint be minting in the shampoo. Yeah, our shampoo has peppermint oil, and it gives you very nice, tingling sensation, because peppermint is good for blood circulation. But mind you, tingling does not mean hair is just shooting out of your scalp. It just helps to promote a healthy scalp environment so your hair can grow the way that it's supposed to. All right, so again, 30K likes. We will do a giveaway if we get 30K likes. All right, I'm going to go ahead. Let me see. I'm going to give you guys 25% off on the bundle since we had a bunch of people ask for it. So I'm going to give y'all 25% off, but I think that will be the last flash sale we'll do on the bundle. So if you want the bundle, how many of these do I have? I have 20 of these. I can do 20 of these for 25% off, yeah. I can do 20 of these for 25% off. So if you would like the bundle, go ahead and grab it. And again, tap the screen. 30K likes will do a giveaway. We're almost there. So if you guys would like a free product, then that's what I would recommend. And we already have a ton of people that are adding it to their cart right now. That's funny. All right, cool. All right. Sorry, y'all. I'm like, my sleep has been off. Okay. All right, so let's talk some more. All right, so for those just joining, we're talking about wash day mistakes that stop growth. These will keep you bald headed. 1, 2, and 3. This is not a good way to wash your hair. If you don't cleanse, if you skip deep conditioning, and you don't end with hydration, you're gonna be left with hair that is dirty, dry and crusty, breaks off, and you will be bald headed. Okay, my wash day routine is on lockdown. And if you want like a visual example of a good wash day routine, you can check out my personal YouTube page. We also have a wash day routine on She's Made by Brittany, the YouTube channel, but Brittany Rose, my personal YouTube channel. We're almost at 600K if you want to subscribe to that. But I have like 1 billion wash day videos on there. I do basically the same thing each and every time. So somebody says, how do you use deep conditioning? So let's talk about deep conditioning, and then we'll go back to cleansing. But let's talk about why skipping deep conditioning is dumb. Okay? Skipping deep conditioning is dumb. So, talk about deep conditioning for growth, right? Deep conditioning for growth. thing you need to understand, and I'm gonna emphasize this because I never cared, it is deep conditioning is required for longer hair. This is a non-negotiable. You don't get to pick this, okay? You don't get to pick this. All right? Deep conditioning is required. You will not have longer hair if you do not deep conditioning. Why? Because the key to longer hair is hydration. Hydrated hair, your hair is short because it's dry and it's breaking, which means that if you don't want short hair, you stop breakage by not keeping your hair dry, keeping it hydrated. Deep conditioning plays a huge part in keeping your hair hydrated, so it is required. So stop being lazy. I said it. I clocked your T. Stop being lazy. Spend an extra hour deep conditioning, okay? I don't care. Every single wash day, unless you wash your hair once a week, you can do every other wash day. Anybody else, every single time you wash your hair, you should be deep conditioning, like 100%. If every single time you wash your hair, you should be deep conditioning. That's just a non-negotiable. All right. So let's talk about how you're supposed to properly deep condition, because you could deep condition and do it wrong. So we're gonna clear it up. Number 1, or number 2, I guess you could say. You need to make sure apply in sections. I'm gonna say it like this, okay? A huge thing that I see people do is when they apply their deep conditioner, they just scoop it out, right? So if you apply our deep hydration mask, right? Scoop it out and just put it on your hair. And what happens is you usually only get the outside of your hair and you miss the inside of your hair. So like you'll get it all around the top and all that, but if you split your hair open, right, there is gonna be like it's gonna be black in the middle because you didn't get it. There's no point in deep conditioning if you don't actually deep condition your entire head, but only deep condition sections. So until you know how to deep condition and get all in the insides, deep condition in sections, okay? Split your hair like 4 sections. Don't have to be like super small sections. Just split your hair so that you can actually get in the hair from roots to ends, all right? That's important. You need to make sure your entire hair is coated with the product. All right, how many bundles do we have left? All right, 15 minutes and it's going back to full price. I think this will be the last flash sale on the bundle. So if you like the bundle, at 25% off. It's already discounted because it's in a bundle, so you get an extra discount. Everything I'm talking about as far as a wash day, all these products are in my wash day every single time. I don't play. Refresh shampoo, deep hydration mask, leave-in butter, which is our most popular product, and our essential hair oil. Third step. Is heat. All right. If you have low porosity hair, this is required. This is not negotiable. If you have high porosity, I would still recommend it, but you don't have to do it. But if you have low porosity hair, deep conditioning with heat is a requirement. This is non-negotiable. There's no option with this. Why? If you have low porosity hair like me, you struggle to absorb products. All right. A lot of times if your hair feels dry all the time, it could just be because the moisture never even gets into your hair because it doesn't absorb it. So using heat will help your hair to absorb the deep conditioner. So if you get our deep hydration mask, awesome formula, it's tea, it's that girl, but it will not work well if you don't use heat, if you have low porosity. Not because there's anything wrong with the product, just like any other deep conditioner out there, your hair will struggle to absorb it if you do not use heat. So I use a deep conditioning cap, or I will use a steamer, or I'll send it in the dryer, or if you don't have any of that, totally fine. Get a Walmart bag, Kroger bag, whatever you got, put it on your head, that's fine. If you want to be extra, put a scarf or a bonnet on top, that will further help to trap in heat, but that's really the bare minimum. But you need to be doing something, like your head needs to be covered if you're going to be deep conditioning. It will help your hair to absorb the product, otherwise you'll probably take your hair out and it will not feel as hydrated as you think because your hair just didn't absorb it. So heat is necessary if you have low porosity. If you have high porosity, I would still recommend using heat. Like, it will be an extra bonus for you, but it's not going to be 100% required because your hair doesn't struggle to absorb products. You struggle to keep products in your hair, not absorb them. All right, so that's number 3. Number 4 is, this one is not required, but I would strongly recommend it. It's not like you're not gonna grow hair if you don't do it, but it does give you like way better results in my opinion. add oil. So oil does a bunch of different things for deep conditioning. Number one, oil adds slip. So first of all, let me just say this right now. Let me sit up so I can emphasize this. Putting oil in your scalp does nothing for growth. So if you're a hair growth oil girly, yeah, you need to give that up right now. You keep being bald headed if you want to, but here's the thing: if hair growth oils worked, your hair will be longer. That's just plain and simple. If hair growth was really that easy, if you could just put oil in your scalp and your hair would grow, do you think I would be sitting here? No, right? Because I wouldn't have anything to talk about. That's not how hair growth works. There's nothing you can put on your scalp that will speed up growth. Your hair is going to grow the same whether you use oil on it or not. So why don't you save your scalp the buildup and just not do that? But oils have their benefits on the actual hair strands, not the scalp. So when you add oil to your hair after deep conditioning, number one, it adds slip, which makes it easier to apply the deep conditioner. If you're detangling your hair, you want to add oil after you add your conditioner. That's also great. That will definitely help with slip, make it easier to detangle. Number two, oils are occlusives. They help to lock in moisture. Our entire line is formulated with occlusives, so it doesn't just hydrate your hair, it locks it in. That's why when people use the line, they're like, wow, I woke up the next morning, my hair was still hydrated. There you go. All right, it's not because we put something special in it. We just have a good balance of water in the products and oils and butters, to where it's not greasy, but it's enough concentration to lock the moisture in. Again, that's why I can wear a wash and go. I'm on day 5. My hair is totally fine. That's why I can wear a twist out like I did for the past 2 weeks. Y'all saw me for 15 days, and my hair is fine because my hair got very hydrated with the products and the routine I'm telling you, and locked moisture in, okay? Also, oils just have good benefits for the hair. It can make your hair shinier, look stronger, etc. So I would add oil. So out of everything, deep conditioning itself is required. You have to deep condition if you want hair, longer hair, okay? Non-negotiable. All right? Applying sections. Heat is required if you have low porosity. It's a bonus if you have high porosity. And adding oil for everybody's recommendation. It's not required, but I would recommend it. And if you want to know whether you have low or high porosity, very simple. If you spray water on your hair and you can literally see the beads of water just sitting on top of your hair and chilling, that is low porosity. If it does not do that, you most likely have high porosity. There you go. All right. So add oil before or after the deep conditioner, whatever you want. Sometimes I will if I have a little bit of this left, I will just put the oil directly in the container and just mix it up. Sometimes I will just add the deep conditioner and then go on top of the oil. No particular order, but that's what I would recommend. Alright, so running out of bundles, you guys only got 10 minutes left. I think this will be the last flash sale for the bundle. So if you would like the bundle at 25% off, again, it's our second most popular thing that people purchase. So, so I said I'm reading them for Phil. Well, I'd rather we be here and you'd have long hair. So I'm okay with that. All right. Okay. So, cause I don't want you to be bald headed. So that's that. All right. Oh, I forgot. Let's talk about detangling. And again, we're almost there. 30K likes, we will do a giveaway. So if you like a giveaway, 30K likes. All right. 30K likes for a giveaway. Free product. Who doesn't want a free product? We're almost there. Just tap the screen. Everybody in here can tap the screen like 30 times and we will do a giveaway. And I will let y'all pick the product, alright? Usually I have the product already selected. I don't have that today because I forgot. So if you would like to pick the product, there you go. Alright, cool. Let's talk about detangling. Detangling mistakes. Detangling natural hair is not hard. I will stand by this. And you can't tell me, oh, it's because you don't have tight. No. Y'all see how tight my curls are? You see how tiny they are? Yeah, I have the tightest and thickest hair ever, okay? And yet, it takes me maybe 30 minutes max when I'm not filming to detangle my hair. It's not difficult. I don't go into my wash day dreading detangling because I know, honestly, that's kind of the easiest part for me. I think for me, styling is the part I dread just because it takes longer, honestly. So, okay. So, here are some mistakes you're making with detangling that are making it difficult for no reason. It should not be taking you hours to detangle your hair. It's not that difficult. You just don't know. Okay? So, first one. If you are not soaking hair with conditioner. I'm gonna say H2O. I'm gonna say water plus conditioner. That's a huge one. Stop detangling your hair on dry hair. Okay, you're gonna get so much breakage. Don't do that. There's something in detangling that is necessary. It's called slip. Slip helps you to easily remove tangles. How do you get slip? By soaking and saturating your hair in water and conditioner. You should not be light-handed when it comes to detangling. That is not the time to skimp on product, okay? I like the deep hydration mask when I detangle because it has enough slip to detangle, but I also have my hair soaked in water, I have it soaked in conditioner, and it's just so much easier. Don't be like trying to skimp on product. Don't do none of that. Hair should be soaked in water and conditioner. Not doing that will just make it harder for you and give you more breakage. What did we talk about? Dry hair breaks. So if you're detangling dry hair, that will lead to more breakage versus if you're detangling hair that is not dry, that automatically leads to less breakage. When you detangle your hair, there will always be a little bit of breakage, but that's normal, right? But you should not having like a significant amount. If you are boohoo crying, sliding down the wall in the bathroom because you can't detangle your hair, I'm saying that because I've been there. That is a problem, and that's because you're doing these things. So not soaking, like I'm talking drenched, like your entire shirt should be soaked. If you want to detangle in the shower so you have easy access to the water, that's fine. Hair needs to be soaking wet and covered in conditioner. That makes it 10 times easier to actually detangle without any breakage, okay? So soak your hair in water and conditioner. That's like a non-negotiable. You have to do that, okay? Water and conditioner, both. Okay, dry detangling is not it. Anything else is not it. All right. Y'all have 6 minutes left for the bundle. I'm sorry, my gel is flaking. Y'all have 6 minutes left for the what's this called? Flash sale for the bundle. We do not have that many left. And that was just a notification that my health insurance is due because America sucks and I aged out of my parents' health insurance last year because I'm now 26. Life as an adult is not the funnest at times. Okay, so I'm a one person. Why is health insurance so expensive? All right, anyways, so not soaking your hair with water and conditioner is the first step. That's just making life hard for you. Second thing, this is the stupidest thing to me. The second mistake is so stupid. Not using sections. Okay, let's have a come to Jesus moment. Lock in. You are not white. You don't have straight hair. You don't have loose hair. It is dumb to try to detangle your hair with no sections. It is dumb to try to detangle your hair in 2 sections. You don't have it like that. You're not built like that, okay? What do I look like stressing myself out because I don't section my hair? I do 2 on each side in the front, 3 on each side in the back. That's 10 sections in total. I do 3 in the back because the middle of my hair is the thickest, so I split that section in half. You will make your detangling process so much more difficult if you don't section. I know people who do that. Stop being lazy. It will actually, I know people think that sectioning your hair takes more time. You will actually save time and mental health by sectioning your hair. Again, it takes me like 30 minutes max to detangle my hair, and I do 10 sections. Why? Because number 1, I've been doing sections for so long, it's very easy for me to split it up in those sections. But number 2, I end up detangling each section faster because the section is smaller. So it goes faster. Section, that's not negotiable. Section your hair, please. Oh my goodness. Comment right now how many sections you work with your hair in. I do 10. Let me know. You need at least 4. At least 4. Like that's it. Like anything less than 4 is idiocracy. Like you gotta have at least 4 sections. Like that's bare minimum, okay? Somebody said 4, yeah, T. Anything less than 4 sections is stupid. And I would probably have 4 sections if my hair just wasn't super thick in my crown. 8 or 9, okay, 4 to 6. All right, cool. Yeah, that's normal. Y'all are normal people. Don't be anything less than 4 sections. You're making life hard. If you do these things, you're just making detangling hard. It's not hard. It might take long. It might be a process, but it should not be you snot-nosed crying, sliding down the bathroom wall because you can't figure out how to get the comb through your head. Okay, these things are dumb. You have to soak your hair in product water and conditioner, and you have to use sections. Like that's just a non-negotiable. All right. 3 minutes left on our bundle. After this, it will go back to full price. I think this will be the last flash sale of the bundle. I think. I'm not sure, but I think this might be the last flash sale of the bundle. It's 25% off, so it's already discounted because it's a bundle, and you get an extra discount. Okay. When I use your leave-in butter for mini twists, can I leave it in for a good while? So when I do mini twists, I can keep it in for about a month. It's designed to help your hair stay hydrated so your styles do last longer. That's why my washing goes 5 days old, because I have the leave-in butter. So even when my washing gets puffy because the gel wasn't my favorite, my hair won't be dry, so I won't need to refresh. I'll just put my hair in a puff or something, right? So I won't have to do anything. Like, I only do my hair on wash days because I don't like doing my hair, and that's ironic. I hate doing my hair. I love my hair, I just hate doing it. So if I can do, so that's why I make sure my wash day is on point. So that way I do my hair once, I don't have to touch it, refresh it, nothing until it's time to wash it again. So like, I won't do nothing to my hair until next Friday. That's just it, all right? So third one. This one's not required, but it will make life easier. Oh, sorry, we're talking about mistakes. Benny, chill, bro. Benny's the board. Not using the right tool. So, this is my personal opinion, but I think that the technology behind detangling tools has advanced enough to the point where you do not need to finger detangle. In fact, I feel like finger detangling is less efficient now, okay? If this was 5 years ago, I'd be telling you if you want to do your fingers, cool. And if you still want to do your fingers, cool. You're not wrong in that. Nothing wrong with finger detangling. But I have found over the years, I used to be somebody that would finger detangle my section first, then go through with a wide tooth comb. And my wash day detangling process would take way longer than it does now because I found the right tool that works for me. I like the unbrush. That is my go-to detangling tool. Okay, I personally think out of everything in the market, that is the best for tighter hair textures. Okay, because of the way that it's designed, the original. Okay, not the other new kinds, the original. I did have a review comparing like the Flex and the original one, and I like the original on my YouTube. But I personally think it is worth experimenting to find a tool that works for you, because I do feel like once you find the tool that works for you, you won't go back to finger detangling or a wide tooth comb. But you can if you want to. It's not wrong. But my detangling is cut in half because I have a tool that I know can get the tangles out, and that for me is the unbrush. So whatever you want to do is cool. Fingers, wide tooth comb, whatever. But I think it's worth experimenting and finding a tool that works for you, because I do think that tools nowadays will be more efficient and actually go faster than just your fingers. All right, you guys, we're at 30K, so let's go ahead and do a giveaway. I'm gonna be nice today. We're gonna do a giveaway on the leave-in butter. We don't really do that often, but you know what? We will do a giveaway for the leave-in butter. So let me go ahead and set that up. I'm gonna give you guys 15 minutes for that. Only got one to give away though, so if you want to, make sure you enter. Alright, cool. 15 minutes. It will be the bag in this corner. Make sure you please tap it before you enter. Alright, and publish. So, and also, since I'm in a fun mood, let me set the flash up. But it's right there in the corner. So if you want the leave-in butter, I'm gonna give it away today. So free leave-in butter, free. Tap this and then comment. Do not just be commenting, because I have a ton of people comment and then it'll only say like 15 people actually got entered into the giveaway. So tap the bag before you do anything else. Tap the bag. It's hot on the bottom. Tap the bag before you enter the giveaway or it will not enter you, okay? Alright, cool. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a big discount since like the midway point of our live stream. I'm gonna give you guys a big discount on our oil. You guys know that this is from our old rebrand. Our old before we rebranded to She's Made. So once these are gone, these will be gone. Alright? The bag is in the corner right here where my little, or the orange thing is on my pointer. That is where the bag is. It has a timer on it. Tap the bag before you enter the giveaway. It will not enter you and you will not win. We're giving away free leave-in butter. So if you would like leave-in butter for free, that would be a time to do that, because I never do the leave-in butter for a giveaway. All right, but I'm going to give you guys. So this is our 8-ounce oil. This is our 2-ounce oil. They're the same formula, except this one has a different smell to it. We're fragrance free, but we do use essential oils to create a scent. This one doesn't have the same as that, but it's basically the same. So I'm gonna give you guys 4 times the product for cheaper than our 2-ounce. So if you like our 8-ounce versus our 2-ounce at a cheaper price, this is the only time we ever do any discounts on this product. So I'm gonna give you guys 35% off though on this oil. All right, let me just go to my sheet here. All right, cool. But I'm only gonna do it for like 15 minutes. I'm not gonna give y'all the full 20 because it is a bigger discount. But I'm gonna give y'all more available for the flash sale though, because people do tend to buy these up, especially because a lot of people will buy multiple of these at one time. And so just so everybody has a fair opportunity, I'll give y'all 12 minutes. But I have a little bit more available, so if you want to grab it, you can, because when I do a sale on this product, it goes very quickly, because y'all know once this is gone, our 8-ounce is not coming back. So once these are gone and they're almost sold out, they won't go back into like they won't be restocked. Like this will be the it. So we'll just have the 2-ounce from now on. So yeah. So I gave y'all a little bit more available, but again, they do go quickly, because I know a lot of people, like, we had one person buy like 8 of these at one time. So, all right, again, if you see people commenting hello, that's because we have a giveaway active for our leave-in butter. If you like a free leave-in butter, click the bag before you enter the giveaway. Click the bag before you enter the giveaway. It's hot on the bottom. Click the bag, please. It will not enter you if you just comment when you see people commenting. Click the bag, follow the directions, all of the directions, and then it will enter you, all right? Cool. So again, our Soothing Strength Oil Blend is 35% off. It is cheaper than our 2-ounce oil, same formula, just has a difference in. But this is 8 ounces, this is 2 ounces, so you're gonna get 4 times the product for cheaper. It's like $4 cheaper than our 2-ounce. So you get 4 times the product for a cheaper price, all right? Cool, this is the only flash sale we're gonna do on this product, and then it's gonna be gone. All right, it's not coming back once it's sold out, because it's our old, packaging, all that good stuff. All right, last one for detangling. This one is just a bonus. You don't have to do this, but it will make things easier. Can y'all see down here? I'll do it over here. Number 4, heat, or not using heat. Okay. That could also be a mistake. That one's not as serious, but I do find that when I steam my hair, the detangling process is easier. So if you want to use warm water when you're soaking your hair in water, using warm water and the conditioner could be helpful as well. But you have to use heat if you want. It will make it easier, okay? It's not a make or break, but if you're still struggling after, fixing these things, heat would be like the last thing that I would recommend, all right? Cool. Awesome. If we order multiple products, will it still be multiple shipping costs? If you order separate orders, you will have to pay for shipping for each individual order. So if you order like 4 products, but it's all in one order, you're only paying for shipping once, that makes sense. But if you order 4 products in 4 separate orders, you have to pay shipping 4 separate times, because you have to create 4 different labels and package 4 different individual products, because we can't combine. So like, for example, you're gonna get one box that has 4 products in it because it's one order, versus 4 different boxes with each one product in it, because you ordered 4 separate orders, if that makes sense. So yeah, but shipping's pretty fast. If you order tonight, it most likely be shipped tomorrow. So, all right, cool. Again, our Soothing Strength Oil. Oh, that's perfect. While that's on a flash sale, again, I gave y'all more time, but we're already selling through these kind of quickly. This will be the last flash sale for the oil. And again, if you want to give away our leave-in butter, is currently in the giveaway. So, damn, I'm trying to put my foot over it so it doesn't move. All right, cool. So let's talk about pre-poos. Because a lot of people ask me about pre-poos. So let's talk about pre-poo. Pre-poos for growth. So, first thing that I have to understand about pre-poos is they are as needed, okay? So earlier I said deep conditioning was necessary. Pre-poos are not necessary. They're as needed. You might be at a point in your journey where you might need them, and then maybe a few months later you're at a point in your journey where you don't need them. When I first started my natural hair journey, pre-poos were a must for me. The purpose of a pre-poo is to make wash day easier. All it does is make your wash day easier. Why? Because it tends to hydrate your hair and soften your hair, and hydrated, soft hair will always be easier to work with. It'll make detangling easier, it'll make styling easier, it'll make hydrating your hair easier, etc. You don't always need this, but they are as needed, and it only makes your wash day easier. So if you struggle with your wash day, I would recommend, especially if you're starting your natural hair journey, I would recommend doing pre-poos for the first couple weeks, so first couple months, until you kind of have it figured out, okay? So when I first started my natural hair journey, one of the pre-poos that I always did, like, did not matter, was hot oil treatment. I have a video on our page that shows me using our Soothe and Strengthen oil blend for a hot oil treatment. Okay? All you do for a hot oil treatment, wet your hair. So take a section, wet your hair. Pre-poos are before you shampoo. Pre-poo, before you shampoo. Wet your hair, drench it in oil. You don't do a ton, but like take a little bit. Put your hair in oil, twist it up. Do that for the rest of your head. Let it sit with some heat or with a cap, like shower cap or something on your head to lock in some heat for like 30 minutes. Rinse it out. Amazing, amazing, amazing pre-poo. That's why I like our Soothe and Strengthen oil blend, because it is 8 ounces, so you get more product to be able to do a hot oil treatment, especially if you like to be heavy-handed with that. Again, it is 35% off, so it is cheaper than our 2 ounce right now, so you're going to get 4 times the product for cheaper than 2 ounces. But this will be the last sale that we do on the oil. So if you like the oil, this will be the last time that we do it. Thoughts on flaxseed gels or pre-poo? That was actually my next one. So this one's great. Soften your hair, hydrate your hair, etc. Because you're putting on water first and then adding oil, which helps to really lock in that water even after you rinse it out. Is aloe / flaxseed. Not only is aloe vera anti-inflammatory, so if you have an itchy, inflamed scalp, it will help to calm that down. But it's also very hydrating. So if you want to do aloe vera, let it sit. Same thing with flaxseeds. Flaxseeds are very hydrating as well, and they also help with slips. If you want to, so with flaxseed, you can actually detangle if you want to. So you can do your detangling step with flaxseed gel as well as a pre-poo. So you would detangle first, add the flaxseed, detangle, let it sit, rinse it out, and so you've already done your detangling step. So now you just have to cleanse and then deep condition, right? Hot oil treatments, you can also detangle with them if you want to. It might give you a little bit more resistance. Oils do add slip, but it just depends on how much you're going to use on that extent. But again, it is 35% off. We're about halfway through how much we have available right now for this flash sale. So if you want it, I see a bunch of people have it in their carts. I would grab it because after this, it will go back to full price. And once these are gone, they do not come back. Like our 8 ounce will disappear forever. It will not be available. As you can see, it's different packaging than all of our other products. This was from before we rebranded to She's Made. So we're not going to be making this product once it's gone. And we are in the double digits of the product. So which means it's going to go very quickly. All right. The oil is pinned right here. And again, we have a giveaway. So if you like our leave-in butter, click the cart. Click the cart. Before you do anything, click the cart. If you already commented, because you clicked this, you don't have to keep commenting, you don't have to spam it. Alright? So right now, I think you have to add it to your cart directly from here. It is about $4 cheaper than our 2 ounce, right? Now, is leave-in butter still usable with other oils? Absolutely. The leave-in butter, with the leave-in butter, you won't really need to use an oil because it has oils in it and butters in it that will lock the moisture in, so you don't have to add any additional products. But if you want to, you can as well. All right, again, giveaway. How much time do we have left for that giveaway? If it will load. There was a power outage with in Georgia because of the whole storm thing, and so TikTok like lagged so bad yesterday. Operationally, like we were fine as far as the live, but the analytics, me doing flash sales was like a whole thing. But we have 3 minutes left on the flash sale, 3 minutes left on the giveaway. So again, our leave-in butter, we are giving away a free leave-in butter. So tap that screen if you would like to get a free leave-in butter. But these are pre-poos. Again, pre-poos are as needed. You don't have to, you don't pop my finger. You don't have to do that, but if you want to, it would be beneficial. The only reason I would say to do it is if you need your washing to be easier. It just makes your hair softer, more manageable, gets a little bit more hydration in there, which will make it easier to detangle, easier to manipulate, easier to style, etc. Again, wash days when I first went pre-poos when I first went natural saved me. I will always do a hot oil treatment followed up by an apple cider vinegar rinse. That's it. One more pre-poo that I feel like you would like if you are doing a wash and go, or your hair, your curls just really haven't been looking the way that you want them to look. You want them to kind of spring back to life, get a little bit more natural definition. Will be a clay mask. So all this is, and I literally just posted a video today on my personal page. So if you want to know the recipe, it's on there, but it's just bentonite clay, which you can get from Walmart, Amazon, whatever, plus apple cider vinegar with the mother. You can get that at the grocery store, and then I mix in oil. So I'll either use this one or I'll use this one. I used this one last time, but I'm just saying this one because we only have 90 seconds at 35% off, and then that will be it for this oil. So if you want to grab it, that would be what I would suggest or recommend. So yeah, it is like butter. It is. Adding oil will transform that. All right, cool. So this is how pre-poos work. Again, they're not required. As needed. If you need to use one, make your hair, it just makes your wash day easier. Makes your hair easier to manage. So if you need that, I'll recommend one of these 3. All right. The clay mask is more for detoxing, but if you like want softer hair that's easier to detangle and stuff, hot oil treatment or aloe vera or flaxseed. Or you can deep condition first. That's a great pre-poo. Just do your deep conditioning step first. Can we talk about split ends? What would you like to know about split ends? Everybody gets them, so that's why everybody has to trim. All right. Let's see. All right, so on YouTube right now, we are on TikTok doing giveaways and flash sales. So you would need to go to our TikTok live if you would like that. Just go to TikTok, type in "She's Made by Brittany," and you will see the little circle, and you will see me live. All right, cool. All right, cool. I don't know why I keep saying cool. All right, cool. Lord, all right. So let's talk about this one. Let's talk about not cleansing properly, because this one's a big thing. Dirty scalp does not grow hair. I know people think dirty hair grows, but buildup is a huge reason why you could be dealing with short hair and be bald-headed. We don't want you to be bald-headed, all right? We don't want you to be bald-headed, all right? So let's talk about it. Sorry. My sleep pattern is off. I had a very strange weekend. So in order to understand why you need a clean scalp, let's talk about it. Your hair will not, unfortunately, you can only slow down growth or keep it normal. You cannot speed up growth. All right, so let's talk about why cleansing leads to growth. Let us talk about it. All right, let me make sure. Alright, cool. I'm gonna give y'all one more flash on the bundle because somebody asked. I'll give y'all one more. I'll give you a bigger discount because I'm not gonna give you that much time because we're almost done with the live. So I will give y'all, I'm trying to think. Let me see how much I have available. I'll see what I can do. I can give you guys 30% off on the bundle. I can do that. But I can only give y'all like 7 minutes. So if y'all are cool with that, and I don't have that many available for it, but just for anybody that wants to get it, this will be the last flash of the bundle. Alright, I wasn't gonna do another one, but I will do another one. So let me see. And mind you, people buy more than one, so keep that in mind. But I will give y'all 30% off for the bundle, but I'm only gonna give you guys 7 minutes for it. 7 minutes. Alright? Again, mind you, it's already discounted because it's in a bundle. If you bought each thing individually, it would be $103. So it's already discounted at its current price. So you're getting an additional 30% off to that. So it's almost like, it's like 40 to 50% off right now based on that, all right? And I don't have that many. So if you want to grab it, I would highly recommend this will be the last flash sale for the bundle. After this, it will be gone. I see right now a ton of people are adding it to carts. So y'all gonna have to duke it out because first come, first serve. It's only 7 minutes and it's 30% off. After that, we will be done. That's the largest discount we've done for the bundle. So that's gonna be the best deal that you're gonna get for the bundle. Otherwise, you'll have to buy it at full price, all right? And it will be full price in 6 minutes. Okay, so let's talk about why cleansing equals growth. This will be kind of like the last thing that we touch on. So we're gonna pretend like this line is your scalp. I think my black marker is starting to go away. So this is gonna be your scalp. So on your scalp, you have these things called follicles. They're like these little circles, right? Now, what happens is your follicles are responsible for producing hair. So that means that, you know, hair is gonna come out of it, etc. Okay, so what happens is, why it's important to cleanse is when you cleanse, you are keeping these follicles clear. And when these follicles are clear, your hair can easily come out of the follicles and grow out of your scalp. But when you have a ton of buildup, your scalp is not clean, etc., you are blocking these follicles and the hair literally cannot get out of your scalp. And that will slow down growth because your hair just cannot get out. So that's why it's important that you have a clean scalp. Now also, while it's important to have clean hair, not just clean scalp, same principle. So if you have a ton of buildup on your hair, right? And let's say that you are trying to add a product to hydrate your hair, that product can't reach your hair because it's being blocked by the buildup, which means your hair never gets hydrated, which means your hair is dry. And what happens when hair is dry? Hair breaks, and that's why it gets short. So it's important that you cleanse your scalp and your hair. So when you are applying your shampoo, so let's talk about a refresh shampoo. When I apply my refresh shampoo, this is going to clarify and also hydrate, right? But it clarifies in the sense that it will clean all the gunk and buildup and dirt off of my scalp, but it will also do that on my hair if I apply it on my hair strands. I know back then we were just shampooing our scalps and then just letting the water run and kind of clean our hair, but shampoos nowadays are not stripping and not drying like that. They are formulated better for natural hair, so you don't have to do that. So apply the shampoo from your roots to your ends. Make sure you get your scalp good. Also, dirty hair doesn't grow. So if you're thinking that your hair is dirty and that's gonna grow it, that's not how that works. People think that because they'll do a protective style for 2 months and they'll retain a ton of length. You're retaining length because your hair is being left alone. And when your hair is left alone and tucked away, it gets drier slower, so it stays hydrated longer. So that means it breaks less and you're able to retain length. So, and everybody is different in this sense. So some people have to wash their hair every single week because they get built up quickly and their scalp gets built up quickly. That's cool. Some people can go like 4 months without, not 4 months, like 2 months. I've gone 2 months before. Some people can go 6 weeks. For me, the max is like 6 weeks before I'm pushing it. So I can go 6 weeks without doing this, but after 6 weeks, I need to make sure that my scalp and my hair is clean, so that way when I put products on my hair, they can actually get to my hair strand. They're not blocked by buildup. My hair stays hydrated, doesn't break off because it's getting hydration. And my scalp, my follicles don't get clogged up, and my hair can't grow out of my scalp because it's literally being blocked. So that's also why oiling your scalp every single day is not good. First of all, nothing you can put on your follicles, which is your scalp, can make more hair grow out of it than it already does. Again, we cannot speed up hair growth. We talked about this, right? But oiling your scalp every single day, all it does is cause buildup, blocking your follicles and slowing down your hair growth. So it actually does the opposite effect, all right? So you want to keep your scalp clean. So when I do my hair, right, I clean my scalp, but I don't put any product on my scalp. The only thing I will put on my scalp is oil if my scalp needs it. If my scalp is dry, I will take a little bit of water. Usually this is why when I'm in braids or something, I'll take a little bit of water or a water-based serum and put it on my scalp, and then follow up with a little bit of oil on my fingertips, just enough to lock in that moisture. Again, we talked about oil doesn't hydrate. So if you put oil on a dry scalp, it's still dry, it's just shiny, and it will cause the buildup to be worse. You want to put something water-based on your scalp first, then go on top with an oil, and there you go. If you have a lot of buildup and flakes and all that, that could be because you're just putting a lot of crap on your scalp, and your scalp doesn't like that. So having a clean, clear scalp is always going to be the best to ensuring that your follicles aren't blocked, your hair can grow the way it's supposed to, and that your hair is not being blocked off by buildup, so your products can get to your hair to actually hydrate or do whatever they're supposed to do. So that's why cleansing is important for growth. All it does is lead to length retention, okay? So that's super important. All right, 90 seconds left on the bundle, 35% off. We will not have a deal after this, so this will be your last opportunity. It will go back to full price in about 60 seconds, and we don't have that many left available. We have more people that have it in their cart than we have available, so I don't want to sell out, but if we sell out, we do. This will be the last flash sale for the bundle, all right? After this, it will be gone. There's no more, so you only have about 50 seconds left. And congratulations, I'm sorry, I forgot to say our giveaway winner. Congratulations to Ayo Ashley. I like that username. Ayo Ashley. My friend's name is Ashley, so congrats to you, sis, on winning your free leave-in butter. Cool. All right, so y'all only have a few seconds left. In 30 seconds, it will go back to full price. It will not be, this was the last flash sale for the bundle, so 30% off is kind of crazy. Again, it's already discounted because individually it's $103, but you already get discounted because it's in a bundle. And then after that, and I'm excited because we're actually going to be having some more bundles. So you get, I know not everybody wants to get all 4 products, so we're going to be having that in the next couple of weeks. We'll be having some more options of ways you can get more than one product for people that, you know, are hesitant or whatever. So just stay tuned for that. That's going to be fun. And of course, we'll do flash sales and discounts on that. All right, I'll give y'all one more flash sale. We'll cap it off with the leave-in butter. Somebody asked me to put the butter back on sale. So I'll give you guys 35% off for the leave-in butter. But then after that, I'm calling it a night. This will be the last flash sale of the live. I'm only going to, 35% off is pretty steep. So I'm only going to give you guys 7 minutes. And then after that, that'll be it. No more flash sales. So this is a limited time deal. Usually when the discount is larger, I don't give as much time because it's larger. And how many do I have available for this? I have 22 available for this, but I'm gonna give you guys 7 minutes, all right? So that's not a lot, but you do get a bigger discount. All right, but then after that, we will cap off this live. This is the last flash sale of the live for today. Only got 7 minutes, and then we're gonna call it. So if you want the leave-in butter, 35% off. This will be the last time it will be available. And like I said, we only have 22 available for this particular sale. And again, any other hair growth questions you guys have, we can talk about them. Other than that, that's all I got for y'all, you know, this flash sale, and then we're going to be good to go. Let me see. Also, let me just kind of emphasize again, because I've been seeing a few comments. I just like to address this, that way we're always on the same page. I don't gatekeep anything when it comes to how long my hair is and how I grew it. Like, I would not be doing this series if my only concern was just selling you products. I know, and I've said this several times, that products are not the only thing that grows your hair. My hair would not be as long as it is today if I did not have products that work for my hair, like 100%. This leave-in butter has played a huge part in helping me see longer hair, not because it's a special formula, not because it has a special ingredient in it. It's because this helps to not only hydrate your hair, but lock the moisture in. This is why, again, I'm on day 5 of a wash and go and my hair still looks fantabulous, versus I know a lot of you guys struggle to keep a wash and go past 2 days before it gets dry. You have to redo it. That's not normal. A lot of the products on the market are not catered for tighter hair textures. I don't know about y'all. I don't think it's fair how, because of the way that my hair was born out of my scalp, I have to struggle more because the industry doesn't care about me. I'm telling y'all, this is coming from me behind the scenes, okay? And also, as a content creator who has type 4 hair, we are suppressed. We are second place. We are afterthoughts. When they are formulating natural hair products, especially mainstream brands, they are not thinking about you and how your hair likes the product. They're thinking about how the girl with the loose type 3 hair, and that's not on them. Like, type 3 girls, they didn't do that on purpose, but that is what society deems as presentable. That's the natural hair that society likes. That's why when you look up natural hair, you'll see curly girls before coily girls, even though coily girls are the ones that made the movement. So it's the same thing with our natural hair in the industry. They're not making products for you, and that's not fair. The reason why this product came to be is because I could not for the life of me find a product back in 2017 that would keep my hair hydrated. I just couldn't. And I couldn't figure out why, because I was doing all the right steps, everything, watching people on YouTube and everything. So it wasn't like I was just neglecting my hair, but it just wouldn't stay hydrated. And so I'm the type of person, if I can't find it, I will make it myself, because I deserve to have long hair just like everybody else. And that's why I made the leave-in butter. And so I posted it in 2021. Just for fun. I had no, like, this was not supposed to be my full-time job, right? And it went viral, like 4.5 million views, and people were like, we need you to sell this because we don't want to make it ourselves, and because this is the only thing that's been keeping my hair hydrated, and I've been natural for years. So that's why this is so effective. It's not a thicker formulation. It's just catered more towards tighter hair textures, people with thicker, tighter hair who struggle with hydration. It has an equal amount of water and butters and oils, so it's going to hydrate your hair, but it's also going to lock it in. That's the key that a lot of leave-ins don't have nowadays, is the lock-in part. That's why you can use it and it'll feel super good on your hair on day 1, but 48 hours later your hair is dry because nothing actually kept that hydration in. And that's why, to me, this is so special, and why I use it every single wash day. Like, I don't play when it comes to this. And we're almost out right now. We have 11 left, so we're halfway through how many I have. So if you would like one, go ahead. And again, y'all saw my twist out last week. My twist out, I had my twist out for 15 days. That wasn't by accident. It's because I used the leave-in butter. All it does is keep my hair hydrated so my styles last longer. And also, when you're not constantly having to redo your hair because it's dry, you are reducing how much your hair is manipulated, and that also plays a huge part in helping you retain length. Every time you touch your hair, you're removing moisture. So if you can reduce how many, when I say touch it, I mean like actually doing it. So every single time you can reduce that, you're saving breakage, you're saving moisture, you're saving length, okay? My hair isn't long because I sped up how my hair grew. This product doesn't speed up how your hair grows. All I did was I learned how to have a routine, and I formulated products that kept my hair hydrated. Hair that is hydrated grows. And that's it. Hair that is hydrated will always grow. So if you're struggling to grow your hair, hydration. Everything you should be doing in your wash day routines and your moisturizing routines and your styling routines should be with the goal of keeping your hair hydrated, not trying to speed up growth. If you focus on, I know it's cliche, but if you focus on length, you'll never see length. If you focus on health, you'll always see length. Healthy hair is hydrated hair. Hydrated hair grows. That's basically it. I have a YouTube video on wash and goes, so if you want to check that out, it's on my YouTube channel. Because I don't have enough time to explain it, because I'm about to get off of here after this flash sale. We only have 2 minutes left though, you guys. 2 minutes left, 35% off. After this, I am done. No more flash sales. We have a ton of people that have it in their carts, so we are running out. So we only have 6 left, and we have 2 minutes, so 6, and we have about 13 people that have it in their carts right now, so we have 6 of the leave-in butters left, and after this, done. Last flash sale, no more. It will go back to full price in 90 seconds. Ow, just hit my face. It will go back to full price in 90 seconds. So If you want to get it, now would be the time. Again, I use this every single wash day. I don't play. And I'm not lying. Y'all see my videos. If you watch me at least for like the past, year, you've seen every single time I've done my hair, I've used this. Like, I don't play about this. I wore mini twists for like 8 months and retained so much length because I use this. Like, that's it. Like, this is a must-have in all of my styles. All of my videos, this is what I'm using. I don't tell y'all to use stuff that I don't use. Okay? My hair is tea because I use products and I have a good routine. That's just it. All right, 50 seconds left. We have 5 left, so now we have 4. So I just said that we have 4 left. Now we have 3. All right, we have 3 left at this price. After this is done, no more flash sales, no more nothing. All right, 3 more left, and then we're gonna call it a night. So if you want to grab it, it will be back at full price in about 30 seconds. All right, we got 2 more left. If you want to be an affiliate, TikTok shop. We're in the affiliate program, so if you tag our products, you'll get a commission. All right, guys, only got 1 more available, 1 more left, and we only got 15 seconds. So it will go back to full price in about 10 seconds. So if you're having buyers decision fatigue, this is not the time for that. All right, all right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, I'm gonna give y'all a cheat code if you missed the flash sale on how to still get a discount. So here's the cheat code. If you go to our website, shesmade.com, if you want to get the bundle, you missed out. If you buy the bundle on our website, you automatically get free shipping because we do free shipping on orders over $75. So there you go. If you want additional 10% off on that order or any other purchase, subscribe to our email newsletter on our website. You will get a 10% off discount code. Or if you subscribe to our phone number SMS, all that's on the website. It will pop up in the pop-up thing as soon as you open the page. That will give you another 10% off discount code. So those are like little cheat codes. Also, TikTok shop, sometimes we have the coupons. I don't know what they be doing. They do their own thing. They reimburse us. So if you see a random TikTok shop discount for like $30 off our order, we still get that $30. But so if you could find something there, that's cool. But those are the ones that I know about. So, and again, we have fast shipping. So if you order tonight, it'll most likely get shipped tomorrow, unless there's like an issue, which I don't anticipate. All right, guys, I'm going to pray us out, and then we're going to go. Thank you so much for joining me on YouTube and on TikTok. Love you guys so much. All right, so Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for waking us up this morning. Thank you for keeping us, covering us, protecting us from things we don't even realize we need protection from. Thank you for your mercy, withholding stuff from us that we do deserve, and your grace giving us stuff that we don't deserve. Thank you for sending your son down the cross for our sins. Even though we literally mock that sacrifice every single day when we engage in sin, whether it's intentional or unintentional. I ask that you continue to protect us physically, mentally, emotionally, protect our mental health, protect and remove anxiety that does not come from you. Lust does not come from you. I know some of y'all struggling with lust, no judgment. We're human. I pray that anybody tempted to live with their man or get it in with their man remembers you are a God of purity, and that's what you want for your daughters in Christ and sons in Christ, y'all. I pray that you continue to heal relationships that might be broken, that need to be mended. I pray that you continue to allow us to remove pride, control our anger, control our greed, food-wise and money-wise. The love of money is root of all evil, and if you eat to, take care of your emotions, that's also not Christ-like. Hey, all right. Anyways, Lord, I just thank you and I praise you for everything you've done. Thank you for just being so great and so wonderful and just a loving God unconditionally. Nothing that I do or anyone will do can separate us from the love of God, as you say in your word. And I pray you keep us until we meet again. Amen. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on YouTube, on TikTok. For my TikTok girlies, I will see y'all tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. More deals, more discounts, all that great stuff. And yeah. Bye, guys. And for my YouTube girlies, I will see you guys Thursday, Eastern Standard Time at 7 p.m. Per usual. Come with your hair growth questions. Again, any deals, flash sales, etc. That is all on TikTok Shop. YouTube does not have a function where I can do that. If I did, I will be doing sales and discounts on YouTube as well. You just cannot. They just don't have that. They might eventually. Also, updates about my personal page this week. I just posted a video today of a detox. So if you're interested in a natural hair detox, you can check out my personal page. Also have a Type 4 friendly video coming the week after next. So if you're curious to see what products work for your tighter hair textures as far as stylers go, because we don't have any stylers, that would be the place to go. And yeah. Alrighty guys, I will see you guys Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you ever missed any episodes, all the lives are saved and all the highlights of Hair Growth 101 are uploaded as full videos on YouTube. So you can check them out as well if you don't want to hear me yap for 2 hours. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys Thursday.